In this lesson, we'll be discussing 3 of the vocabulary from Unit 1, which covers the number sense standard 5 through 7. The materials you will need for this lesson are a red, green, blue, and purple colored pencil, a regular pencil, a pair of scissors, a glue stick, your interactive notebook, and the unit vocab worksheet. Okay, so this is 3 of the vocabulary words for our Unit 1, which is integers and coordinate planes. And the rest of our vocabulary we're going to introduce through the notes and activities for the interactive notebook. So we're just going to talk about absolute value, integers, and opposites. So absolute value is the distance between a number and 0 on the number line. So for example, we have -6 and +6. The way we represent absolute value is we put bars on the sides of the number. So the absolute value of -6 and the absolute value +6. So what I'm going to do for our example here is I'm going to draw a number line, and then we're actually going to count the distance from 0 for both -6 and +6. So draw out my number line. And when drawing a number line, it's always easiest to start with your 0 in the middle. So the right side of the number line is going to be our positive numbers, and the left side is going to be our negative numbers. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, but again, going to the left will be negative. So I'll say -1, -2, -3, -4, -5, -6. Okay? I'm going to use some red and blue colored pencil here just to count my distance between 0 and the number. So I'm going to start with -6 here. So if I start at 0, I'm going to count to the left 6 times. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I'm counting that way. There's 6 spaces from 0 to the number on the number line. The same with our +6 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 here. Again, 6 spaces. So each one of these, when writing it out, the absolute value of -6, 6 spaces between the distance of 0 and the number on the number line, which was 6. So the absolute value of -6 is 6. Same with our positive here. The absolute value of 6, +6, is still 6. So this is a good example to use. Any extra important information is that when we do the absolute value, an absolute value of a number is always positive. Remember, when we counted on the number line, we didn't count -1, -2. We counted 1, 2, 3. How many spaces? That's why it's always positive. So integers, the set of whole numbers and their opposites. So I'm going to draw out a number line for my example. Again, start with 0. And remember, integers can be positive and negative. So I'm just going to go 1, 2, 3. -1, -2, -3. And excuse my 2s. Sometimes I write them different ways, but it's still a 2. And to represent this number line here, for our set of numbers, we use brackets. So continuing on, -4, -3, -2, -1, 0, 1, 2, 3, continue on, end your bracket. That's just how you would write the set of numbers on this number line, even though I included 4. That should be there, but that's okay. Because this number line would continue on to -4. So important information we can write here is that Again, integers are negative and positive numbers. And this also includes 0. So negative and positive numbers and 0. Okay. And then opposites are 2 points that are the same distance from 0 on the number line, but in opposite directions. So I could say, let's say I do positive 4. My opposite of positive 4 would be negative 4. Or I could say 2, positive 2, and the opposite of my positive 2 would be negative 2. And the way to show that is you draw out, again, your number line. Start with your 0. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4. And then you can, just like with 2 points that are the same distance from 0. So if we're counting it out, positive 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Also negative 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Both are the same distance. Same with our positive 2 and negative 2. 1, 2, 1, 2. Both are the same distance from 0, so they are their opposites. So I'm going to do just 2 more examples. So if I have a positive 6, then my opposite would be negative 6. Or if I have a negative 3, my opposite would be positive 3. In order to prove that, all I have to do is draw the number line. Again, start with 0. And then count the distance from 0. So I'm going to positive 6 first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then negative 6 going to the left of the number line. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Both are the same distance from 0. And then negative 3. 1, 2, 3. And positive 3. 1, 2, 3. Both are, again, the same distance from the number line. So some important information we can add here is that our opposites are the same number, but one is negative and one is positive. Also, that 0 is its own opposite. So the opposite of 0 would be 0. Sorry, I thought I almost misspelled opposite, but I didn't. Okay. And that's it for this vocabulary. Like I said, the other vocabulary words will be in future activities for the interactive notebook or notes.